This is the front page of the Daily Graphic. Memorial mass held for Theresa Kufuor as pallbearers carry the remains of the former First Lady to Kumasi, where the final funeral rites will be held. Photos by Samuel Te Adano. Sal votes in 2024 elections. EC begins process, as according to the AG.
The Ghanaian Times says 15 television stations land in trouble. NMC vows to sanction them for offensive content. Also, former First Lady Kufuor begins last journey home. Local international dignitaries attend pre-burial funeral rites in Accra. And government moves to support kidney transplantation locally at reduced cost. You know, First Sky has been doing some work in this area, and looks like government is throwing in some support.
The front page of the Herald newspaper, Bantama City race turns a Kufuor and Kennedy Japan fight. And there's a photo of Asenso Boachi, the sitting member of parliament, Ralph Ejapong, the younger brother of Kennedy Japan, who's also vying for that seat. Zuenes gives Citi Hughes bloody nose in first round. Ex-GBA boss outraged at the police new trial judge again. Jubilee House soldiers, this story has been in the news for the past 2 days now. So the matter of the soldiers who were arrested.
The Chronicle comes with a story that came in a couple of days ago. So the story is technically dead. Ghana hits bauxite jackpot as Yinahin deposit appreciated by 50%. Also, customer sues MTN over alleged poor service. And Ghana Geological Survey Authority is 110 years old.
Front page of the Daily Guide, Kufuor cries for Theresa as Ghana bids farewell. Ashanti NPP clears 8 to contest orphan seats. NDC fake coats plot exposed. As first note on the front page of the paper as it closes case in the ambulance trial.
The final says, you left an unbridgeable void in my life. Ex-President Kufuor's poignant tribute to Theresa. Also, we are told Ahafoman Senior High School is winner of 2023 STEM Innovation Competition. And the minister is here presenting some that check, or is it that check? Is that how you call it? To the winners. And then something
dummy
here.
Dummy check.
Is it dummy check?
Yes.
Okay.
That check is when there's no money.
Yes. Good, yes.
And then front page of the Republic Press, Segbefia ditches Ato Force and as he runs from ambulance case. It's a photo of a very young-looking former President John Ejikun Kufuor, and Madam Theresa Kufuor looked so beautiful. Then 2024 budget, government sweeps persons with disabilities over reintroduction of road tolls. And Kwo Traditional Council announces final funeral rites of the late Dasibre Ekwamwa Boateng II. That's another big funeral coming up.
Napo eulogizes Auntie Theresa as she journeys home, says the Inquisitor for this morning. Also feature JFK, and that's the General Secretary of the MPP, silent but loud and assertive MPP General Secretary. Upon
It's okay.
Upon Fosu Hills, Mohammed's 24-hour economic policy. And Egypt Kudoto remembers Jafar Ativo.
Okay, all right. If you go online, citynewsroom.com has some very, very interesting stories. You were talking about the 24-hour economy, right? Well, while some are hailing it, Joe Jackson of Dalex Finance says you can't impose 24-hour economy on Ghanaians. So he's going after John Mahama, Charlie.
But I thought the finance minister also said he would do some night economy or night something.
I also heard something like that. So maybe we'll find out why Joe Jackson is against it. BOG releases list of unapproved money transfer organizations. Okay. Gold Coast Fund customers demand swift payments, reject conditions tied to court cases. And Alex Selbefia clarifies, I wasn't required to be in court. That's on the 2.37 million euro ambulance saga. Okay. And the NMC is warning 15 TV stations, stop airing alleged money rituals, fake lotteries. So that's what is happening there. If you go to the business side of citynewsroom.com, you have the BOG releasing the list, and then you have Gold Coast Fund customers also there. Plus, Greater Accra AGI chairman commends government for tax relief in 2024 budget. If you go to myjoyonline.com, Minority accuses government of giving 5.5 billion cedis worth of tax exemption to 47 companies. Kwabna Donko says, civil service must reprimand finance ministry staff for cheering Oforiata after budget reading. So I'm sure you've seen the video
that was
making the
pretty
rounds.
strange.
Yeah, some way.
Some of the things we do in this country.
That was pretty strange.
Okay, and there's a feature that says wood dust, the silent killer of Ghanaian wood workers. Okay, and if you go international, the BBC says it has a live ticker from Israel. It says Israel says it attacked underground sites in Gaza, and stories of the hostages taken by Hamas from Israel, and a few other stories. On the entertainment side of things, singer Cassie is accusing Diddy of rape and abuse. So that's something that's emerging in the US and is captured by the BBC and the New York Times. So,
Okay, let me take you to pages 24 and 25 of the Daily Graphic then, as Memorial Mass held for Teresa Kufuor yesterday.
Yes.
We were there. Yes, very, very dignified ceremony. And I must say, Samote Adano's pictures for the Daily Graphic capture how people mourned and celebrated the life of former First Lady Teresa Kufuor. So grab a copy.
Baba was there.
Yes, grab a copy of the Daily Graphic. Go to pages 24 and 25, and you can enjoy some of these photos and also parts of the tribute read by former President Kufuor. Said that Abba and I met in person on July 1, 1961 at a ball at Battersea Town Hall in London to celebrate Ghana's first anniversary as a republic.
Wow.
They went at a ball. You don't hear these things. Yeah, like Sky
No,
met.
they say they met at KFC.
No, they were at the club, Anyway, Sky, over to you.
Yeah, that's right. And I saw Olusegun Obasanjo yesterday, His Excellency, former Federal President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, there's something. It was looking very smallish with his hands at the back. You know, previously he was although very not so tall, not like a tall person, but he had weight. Now he's become very smallish and he put his hands at the back and was moving like some old man. Oh, Charlie. No, we will all get there someday, but growing. It's an interesting figure. So we are told that 15 TV stations are in trouble. And that story is in the Ghanaian Times. Page 12 of the paper has that story. It says that in less than a month after the launch of a platform to receive complaints on offensive broadcast contents, 318 incidences of offensive content aired on some media platforms in the country, and they have been identified by the National Media Commission for possible sanctions. Now, involving 15 television stations, they were cited for broadcasting content including money doubling, money rituals, fake lotteries, occult practices, and pornography on their platforms. Hey, people are doing this. Others also projected fake loan schemes and people seeking to use fraudulent means to extract money from the public on their television stations. Now, the names of the television stations have been provided here. They involved Asomafo TV, Adrenpa TV, Eagle TV, Best TV, Energy TV, Diamond TV, XTV, Asomdwe TV, Funny TV, Advice TV, wow, look, Big TV, Passion TV, Nkabom TV, Seekers Television, Elephant TV.
What is next? Small TV.
Imagine being called Adrenpa TV. They are doubling the ratings on Adrenpa TV, which literally translates to good mind. Or Peace TV, and there's somebody there
doing his own thing.
on Peace TV.
I didn't even, until today, I didn't know that all these TV stations are there.
If you scan your TV,
wow,
there's a lot of things to watch.
And according to the Executive Secretary of the NMC, Mr. George Sapon, the reports were received from citizens in less than a month of launching a joint monitoring exercise with the National Communications Authority to check media content. You know, the National Media Commission, is it National Media Commission? No, the other one, NCA. You know, they record at least over 50 TV and radio stations. Their programs live,
Oh, okay.
right? So as you are doing your program here, they record it
yeah.
for monitoring, for security purposes, and all these things. So when you are talking anyhow on radio
Just
or
know
television, you should know that while you might want to delete what is in your office, therefore they have it
master
there.
copy there.
So the people who talk anyhow, no, they should be careful.
Let me take you to the front page of the Daily Graphic and some election issues. The Electoral Commission, with the support of the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfrey Diabu-Adame, has taken fruitful steps to ensure representation for the residents of Central Kofi, Akpafu, Likbe, and Lolobi, that's South traditional areas in Parliament. Addressing Parliament on the development, the Attorney General said the Commission had started the process for the creation of a new constituency for the Guan district.
Now, let me take you to the Chronicle editorial. They are saying the circulation of fake drugs should attract attention of every Ghanaian.
Okay.
And the stakeholders in the pharmaceutical industry, according to a Daily Graphic report, have met in Accra to deliberate on the protection of citizens against fake and substandard drugs. Now, the two-day technical meeting, which began on Wednesday this week, was organized by the Food and Drugs Authority to allow all actors in the sector to discuss the nation's pharmaceutical traceability strategy. Now, this is a document that enables the authority to track and trace the movement of pharmaceutical products throughout the supply chain by verifying the history, location, manufacturer, or application of drugs, among others, by means of documented identification, the Daily Graphic reported. Basically, the Chronicle is going on to commend the efforts that are being made and making it clear that, look, the number, is it the sheer volume of fake drugs circulating in the country is a major issue. And the national security, the police, and all institutions, the FDA must work together to ensure that we tame the circulation of said drugs.
I will stay with politics on the front page of the Herald newspaper as the race for Bantama heats up. Always a popular seat. And according to the paper story on page 4, the race is between Ralph Ejapong and the incumbent Francis Asenso Boache. And according to the story, this is a constituency that does not retain MPs. So if you look at this, since Cecilia Dapa left, Henry Kwabena Kukufu took over, lost to Ochema Boaje lost to Asenso Boache, and now Asenso Boache is facing a stern test from Ralph Ejapong, the brother of Kennedy Ejapong.
Okay. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Joe Jackson, he's here. He's an economist and a director of operations at Dalex Finance. He has criticized the proposed 24-hour economy being pushed by the NDC's flag bearer, John Mahama, and the governing New Patriotic Party, Sky. So, like you mentioned, it was stated in the budget. Now, according to Mr. Jackson, no government can impose a 24-hour economy on Ghanaians. However, he urged the government to provide incentives and create a favorable environment by making a 24-hour economy enticing for entrepreneurs. He was speaking on Eyewitness News after the finance minister announced that the government intended to improve the night economy to boost tourism in the country.
Yeah, but the 24-hour economy, someday Godfrey's in place already in house area.
No, but to be fair, there are certain,
formalizing it.
there are certain places in Accra really that don't sleep.
Yeah. So you see, basically what I understand the two of them to be saying, the finance minister subsequently, and then the former president, earlier, is that let us find a way of tapping into that, formalizing it, so that you can go there with your debit cards to buy things. Which would generate revenue for the state. People should be able to go to work. So shift system will be run.
That's the point
So you, for instance, okay, I mean, here at Citi FM, we run that. The television too, we do that. People essentially, but in a way as to make it viable.
Yes.
Yeah, but the ladies of the night and co, they have been doing their...
But for example, you can have government offices work round shift, right?
Yes.
You can have so, for example, places where you constantly need output, like the passport office, or places where passports are printed.
Yes.
They can run constant shifts so that there's never
national
a break in
ID
work.
card like those people.
Give me that civil servant story. You
The
had
civil
that.
servant story.
Yes, you had that story.
Yes.
Somebody
It's
had that. That's an angle on it.
so Kwabena Donko, he was saying that civil servants need to be punished reprimanded for going to cheer on Ken Oforiatta. Now, he's the ranking member on the Employment Committee of Parliament, Dr. Kwabena Donko, and he has condemned the staff of the Finance Ministry for cheering the Finance Minister after reading the budget. The Pro East MP's comment follows a viral video in which some staff were seen in a supposed praise and worship session to welcome the Finance Minister to Parliament. And he said...
from Parliament?
Yes, so... to welcome the finance minister, yes, after he read the statement. Now, speaking in an interview on Joy FM's Midday News on Thursday, he said the staff had to be called to order. He says, quote, "I call on the head of the civil service to stamp out this behavior. The chief director of the Ministry of Finance must issue a stern warning to such civil servants. According to him, it is inappropriate for civil servants to, quote, adopt partisan positions contrary to their oath of service."
I completely agree with that. I think the civil service needs to issue a strong statement on this matter. What happened there? Look, you can have admiration for it, but to line up to clap and welcome the finance after reading a budget, I can understand. Maybe you've put in a lot of work for all that. It can be private.
Not even private. It doesn't matter. You see, the only constants there are the civil service.
The civil service needs to enforce its rules. We cannot have civil servants lined up in the streets welcoming a politician after doing his job. It should not happen.
It's just so wrong.
It does not happen. Even if they were whipped into line, whichever, it should not happen.
I complained. I was complaining about this thing yesterday.
It is completely out of order.
The last time they had Genki party, and then this is where we have brought the economy. Now they are they are celebrating him like a soldier who had just conquered elsewhere and is entering Rome. We shouldn't be doing that. It's wrong.
The city's big